All right, I'm going to call the Justice Committee meeting to order. First item on the agenda is approval of the minutes. Can I have a motion to approve the minutes? A motion by Member Martin, a second by Member Beer. Any additions or corrections to the minutes? All right, hearing none, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right, next item on the agenda is appearance by members of the public. Do we have anyone? We have no requests. Next item on the agenda is departmental matters. First item is item 4A, Mike Donovan. Item 4A1A, request approval of an agreement with the Center for Youth and Family Solutions for services as part of the risk and responsivity model. And can I have a motion to approve? Motion by Member Schaefer, second by Member Martin. Mr. Donovan, would you like to say anything?
This is same contract we do year in and year out. We have for a number of years with Center for Youth and Family Solutions for their R&R program. It's actually one of 3 that we now have with that agency for the same program, but no changes in it.
Does any member have any questions? All right, seeing none, we'll vote on item 4A1A. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Next item on the agenda is item 4A2. That's just for information. Your statistics, anything you'd like to say about that, Mr. Donovan?
Nothing to add, no.
Any member have any questions? All right, seeing none, anything else? All right, thank you. Next item on the agenda is item 4B, Don Everhart, McLean County Circuit Clerk. He cannot be here today, but he does have his reports. Does anybody have any questions they want to direct to the county administrator about the reports? All right, seeing none. Next item on the agenda is item 4C, Molly Evans, Children's Advocacy Center Director. We have no items for action, but we do have her monthly statistics. Ms. Evans, is there anything you'd like to say about them?
I don't have anything to add, but I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any.
Does any member have any questions? All right, seeing none, anything else? All right, thank you. Next item on the agenda is item 4D, Will Scanlon Circuit Court, item Circuit Court. Item 4D1A, request approval of a state court improvement program grant award agreement with the Administrative Office of the Illinois Courts. And can I have a motion to approve? I have a motion by Member Schaefer, second by Member Beer. Mr. Scanlon, would you like to say anything?
It's a planning grant. I believe we discussed it at the October meeting, and I did mention it at the August meeting that we were applying for this in the amount of $18,000 and some dollars. This grant will go through September 30th, 2023, and then if we determine that through the planning process there are sufficient resources within the community to provide services, starting probably in June of 23, we'll start working on a proposal for an implementation grant to begin in October of 23. But this is a planning grant only, and we'll kick off a planning process here shortly if this is approved.
Does any member have any questions? All right, seeing none, we'll be voting on item 4D1A. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? Next item on the agenda is item 4D1B. Request approval of an emergency appropriation ordinance amending the McLean County fiscal year 2022 combined annual appropriation and budget ordinance for Circuit Court. Can I have a motion to approve? Motion by Member Beer, any second by Member Schaefer. Mr. Scanlon, would you like to address that?
Yes and no. This is the culmination of a grant we received in March of 22, and have been working on for the past 6 months, and I thought was put to bed in July of '22 with the help of the McLean County Treasurer, but apparently not all the i's were dotted and t's were crossed, and it didn't end up in the appropriate line items, even though we cashed the check in July, I might emphasize for the committee. So this cleans it up, and actually now we can pay the remainder of the bills for the fiscal year with the proceeds that we've been sitting on for the last 90 days. And we're going to get a chance to have a similar grant in February of '23. And gosh, I hope that we can get a project code this time, and all the expenses can go in the project and all the revenues can go in the project, and the budget can just be the budget. But who knows what the future holds for us.
Does any member have any questions? All right, welcome to government. We'll be voting on item 4D1B. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right, anything else you'd like to add?
Nothing, but I appreciate the committee's time, patience, and understanding.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is John Sandage, McLean County Sheriff. We have one item for action, item 4E1A. Request approval of an interlocal agreement between the City of Bloomington, Illinois, the Town of Normal, and the County of McLean, Illinois, regarding the 2022 Burn Justice Assistance Grant Program Award. And can I have a motion to approve? I have a motion by Member Martin, second by Member Beer. Sheriff Sandage, would you like to address that?
This is just a yearly grant. We're kind of the pass-through on it. However, a lot of it's based on your UCR, your Uniform Crime Reporting, the crimes you have in your jurisdiction. And Bloomington is gracious enough to share some of that money with us.
Does any member have any questions? Okay. We'll be voting on item 4E1A. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Any opposed? All right. Next item is just for information, the monthly statistical report. Sheriff Sandage, is there anything you'd like to say on that?
No, we still have currently 9 inmates that should be in DHS custody. They took one last week that had been with us for 7 months. Right now, the longest serving one we have is they've been in our custody for 5 months. So,
does any member have any questions? All right, no questions. Next item, other, anything else you'd like to?
that's it. My last Justice Committee meeting.
I was going to ask you that. This is your last Justice Committee
I want to
meeting.
thank all of you for the support over the years, and
Matt Lane will be on the hot seat that
That's
night. Well, thank you for your service, and thank you for your years of service to McLean County. Really do appreciate it, and I know that you've done a great job, and we really appreciate it.
thank you.
Anybody else wants?
Yeah, I want to just repeat what Chuck said. You've done a great job. Sorry to have you leave, but wish you the best in your so-called retirement. I doubt if you're going to.
I was started on the board, and so I saw one sheriff, and now I've seen another sheriff. And I just want to thank you for all that you've done, and that you've continued the tradition that we've had in McLean County for excellence in the Sheriff's Department and in our detention facilities. So I really do appreciate you and your staff for all the work that you've done. So thank you very much, and good luck in retirement.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is item 4F, Erica Reynolds, McLean County State's Attorney. We have no items for action, but we do have item 4F2A, which is an item for information, caseload and forfeiture fund reports. State's Attorney Reynolds, would you like to say anything about that?
sorry. Just a friendly reminder that while our caseload does appear to be less, and if you guys have been advised in the past, our caseload is consistent with what it has been in the past. It just appears that way because of the renumbering system. So what used to be multiple tickets on a traffic stop under multiple case numbers is now one case number with multiple counts. So.
Any member have any questions about the reports? All right, anything else you'd like to add?
No, thank you.
All right,
That's it.
thank you.
Thank you.
You're on the hot seat. Next item on the agenda is item 4G1A, Kathy Yoder, McLean County Coroner. Item 4G1A, request approval of an AAMC Uniform Clinical Training Affiliation Agreement and AAMC Uniform Clinical Training Affiliation Agreement Implementation Letter. And can I have a motion to approve? Motion by member Martin, a second by member Went. Ms. Schroeder, would you like to address that?
This is just your typical agreement for clinical sites like you would have with any physician, any nurse practitioner, any physician assistant. It's your typical medical site rotation. They do a two-week rotation, and of course, for medical students at University of Illinois, it's pretty amazing. Dr. Denton's been doing it for a long time, but now U of I kind of wants an agreement. This is status quo. This is standard of practice, so.
Does any member have any questions? All right, seeing none, we will vote on item 4G1A. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right, next item on the agenda is item 4G12, item for information, monthly report of the coroner. Anything you'd like to say about that?
Well, I didn't get to say I'm going to miss John Sandage.
Yeah, he left.
left. So, anyway, but what?
Well, you should take that up with the administration. They should have put you in, they should
Then
put
I
you in
would have
front
done
of
my big
John.
long,
Yeah, he'll put
my
John.
big long speech, yeah. So, anyway, but nope, I don't have anything else to add.
All right, anybody?
you.
All right, thank you. Member Schaefer.
I just want to make a comment that I've noticed over the last maybe year or so that you and the law enforcement departments, when there's a fatality of some kind, that you put out those joint statements. And I think that that's very beneficial to work together with law enforcement and put those statements out together. And I've noticed them increasing or
Oh, thank you.
more often now than I had in the past. So I just want to thank you.
Thank you so much. It's, we're there for the same cause, to take care of people that have died and find answers. So, thank you.
Any other member? All right, thank you. Next item on the agenda is item 4H, Ron Lewis, Public Defender. We have no items for action, but we do have his caseload report. Mr. Lewis, is there anything you'd like to say about that?
Nothing to add. We're under the same records situation as Ms. Reynolds just explained last year versus this year. So that's all I have.
Does any member have any questions? Anything else you'd like to add?
Nope, thank you.
All right, thank you. Next item on the agenda is item 4I, Cassie Taylor, County Administrator. We have no items for action. Other, anything you'd like to say?
I don't want to slow down the meeting, and I have nothing to
Come on,
add.
I'm starting to set a record here. All right, anybody else have anything? All right, next item on the agenda is other business and communication. Anybody? Somebody say something. All right, seeing none. All right, next item on the agenda is bills. I have a letter here from the McLean County Auditor saying that she has reviewed the bills and that she certifies that they are in compliance with McLean County Board adopted ordinance, resolutions, and policies. And I have bills here in the amount of $532,992.94. Can I have a motion to approve? Have a motion by member Beer, a second by member Martin. Any comments or questions? All right, all those in favor, please signify by saying aye. Aye. Any opposed? All right. We are adjourned.